You've been trying, fall asleep, only to keep you from crying. You build it up, it's all too much, don't you let them justify it, so you hold it in. You'll never win, but will you feel alive? So say goodnight and close your eyes. It's alright to feel alive. So say goodnight and close your eyes. It's alright to feel, alright to feel alive. Change your name, they turn away. Can love ever be so wrong? A lover's fate, oh, foolish mistake that's been leading me for so long. You build it up, it's all too much, don't you let them justify it, so you breathe in and begin to feel alive. So say goodnight and close your eyes. It's alright to feel alive. So say goodnight and close your eyes. It's alright to feel, alright to feel. To feel alive.
So today we celebrate. It's been a long time of planning for this day, right? But now it's time to celebrate what all that planning has been about. To celebrate the love that exists between the two of you, Lisa and Patrick. We have excellent scripture readings for us to reflect upon, both for yourselves as you enter into your marriage, and really for all of us as we consider our own commitments to love, our commitments to our relationships. These scripture readings speak of the greatness of friendship, as well as the virtues that are required to deepen that love. Today, you two enter into a special relationship, one of committed love for one another, one that will be a lifetime friendship that's above all others, a relationship in which the two of you really become one, as described in the gospel. Today, the two of you will be married, but your marriage is something that comes in time. In time, you will come to experience yourselves as married, as one body, as Jesus says. They are no longer two, but one flesh. Years ago, my parents shared a story with me about their relationship, a time when the two of them, they got into some big argument. I don't know what it was about. And so I'm one of 10, and at this point, they had maybe 4 or 5 children at this point. They got into this big argument. And my father, in his anger, just got fed up, and he said, "That's it. I'm done." And he started to walk towards the door. And my mother said, "You're not really going to leave me with all these kids, are you?" And my father was a good man, and so no, he couldn't do that. So they came together and they talked out and figured out whatever it was, the problem they were dealing with at the time. But they said, in reflecting on that afterwards, they said that they knew in that moment, and it wasn't just because of the children, but they knew in that moment that they were married. The sense that I am his, she said. I am hers, he said. We belong to one another. Now, maybe some of you can relate to your own experiences when you came to that point in your marriage where you realized, you know what? We're like this now. So how do you get to that point? How do you get to that moment in time in your relationship where, yeah, you're really like this? Well, St. Paul offers some wonderful tools for constructing your marriage. Those tools, so to speak, are the Christian virtues. Virtues of mercy and kindness, humility, patience. He tells us to bear with one another and to forgive each other. Over all these, he says, put on love. Love that is patient. Love that is patient. One more time. Love that is patient. And love that is kind. He says, let your love for the other be of greater concern than the other's love for you. You know, I imagine in relationships, it's not always 50-50. There's going to be times when you're going to require more from Patrick. Patrick, there will be times when you're going to require more from her. And there's going to be times, I imagine, when both of you are going to be needing each other at the same time. And at that point, trust in God. And trust that God's love and presence is with you and will carry you through those times. Because God's love isn't limited. God is love, and that love is unconditional and it's unlimited. Finally, I encourage you, Lisa and Patrick, to look to Christ as your model of fidelity and committed love. At this table, we celebrate our faith that Jesus Christ has established a new and everlasting covenant with each of us. We're always going to fall short of keeping our end of the bargain, but we can trust and have confidence that our God is always going to be with us. Our God is always on our side. Our God will never say, "Oh, that's it, I'm done with you." That won't ever happen. Patrick and Lisa, this is the kind of fidelity and love and commitment that the two of you are to have for each other. Through good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, in times of joy and moments of sorrow, you are to be there for each other. Today is a special day for you, but you know, it's a wonderful day for each of us, because what you're about to do in a moment calls all of us to remember and to renew our own promises, our own covenants, our own commitments to one another and to God. Finally, if I might dare speak for everyone here, I want to tell you how happy we are and that we want to promise ourselves to do whatever that we can to help you. I pray that from this day forward, God will continue to bless you abundantly, that the love that the two of you have for each other today is only going to continue to bloom and grow. God bless you. So you ready to do this? All right. Please come up. You have come together in this church so that the Lord may seal and strengthen the love and presence of the church's minister and his community. Christ abundantly blesses this love. He's already consecrated you in baptism, and now he enriches and strengthens you by a special sacrament, so that you may assume the duties of marriage in mutual and lasting fidelity. So in the presence of the church, I ask you to state your intentions. Patrick and Lisa, have you come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage? Will you love and honor and respect each other as husband and wife for the rest of your lives? Will you accept children lovingly from God and bring them up
to be my wife. I promise to be true. Good times and bad. In sickness and in health. I will love you, honor, and respect you. All the days of my life.
You have declared consent for this church. Lord, it is good to strengthen your consent, fill you both with his blessings. God is joy and love, and knowing you. It's now my great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Bishop.
Pat and I have been friends for many years. The most loyal, dedicated, overall great friend. Would do anything at the drop of a hat. If I ever had a problem, or some trouble, you'd be the first one I would call, definitely. But never take his advice with the betting the horses. Do not, please. We were on a cold streak. We're getting better, though. And I'm going to end the speech with a cheesy quote. I'm sorry, but it's going to happen. Marriage is not about finding the person you can live with. It's about finding the person you can't live without. And they found each other. To Lisa and Pat, thank you.
Now, I remember when Pat first introduced me to Lisa, it was at a college friend of ours' wedding. I could tell he was excited. Pat does this thing with his hands when he gets excited. He asked me what I thought about her, and I think at the time I made some joke like she seems way too good for you. But obviously I was wrong, and I'm happy that we're here today. But seriously, the two of you guys seem to just click. Lisa politely laughs at Pat's bad jokes, and Pat always seemed proud to talk about Lisa and how well she's doing professionally. I've noticed that the two of you guys always seem to be watching out for one another. So when Pat told me he was buying a ring, I think I responded by saying, it's about time. I would like to end it by saying to Pat and Lisa, for the rest of the time that you have left tonight, do your best to take in the moment, enjoy every second. Don't get too caught up in taking a million pictures. This is the only time we'll have all these people in one room together, and we're all here to celebrate the two of you guys. So please raise your glass to a toast to the bride and groom. To a long, healthy, and happy marriage. Cheers.
So what we can give to you, because you've given so much to us throughout the years, Pat and Lisa, is some advice, some marital advice. Take it for what you will. We each have a little piece of advice to give you, so I think we're going to start with Kimmy.
Before I get into my advice, I just gotta say how excited. They got married, they bought a house. I think we know what's next. My kid's gonna get a playmate. But
Wait, Dave.
nanny share. But what I can say is always remember to appreciate each other, even the smallest things. Always say thank you as much as you can. Because sometimes after a 14-hour day or flying home, Lisa, the best thing that Pat could do is take out the garbage at a rough day. So thank you goes a long way in a marriage.
Lisa and Pat, I have one secret to a happy marriage, and that is have kids. Have lots of kids. I have 4. And when you're so exhausted and you've lost all control, have another. It's worked for us. So, with all sincerity, I want to say that I can't wait to see you become parents. I know you'll be the best parents, and your love will only grow for each other as you grow your family. So, cheers to your marriage. Cheers to a happy home.
Pat and Lisa, I am honored to be here with you on this amazing day. My advice and wish for you is that you always lift each other up and support one another at all times. In hard times, in busy times, and most of all, in times of celebration. Build each other up every day, and your marriage will be a solid foundation. My wish for you is that you always remember the way that you feel today. The excitement and the love that is surrounding all of us today is amazing. I love you both so much.
Pat and Lisa, the best advice that I have for the two of you is simply this: travel often. Be partners in exploring our beautiful planet together. Create adventures with one another. Go out of your comfort zones and challenge each other. I guarantee this will fill your life with amazing memories that you'll cherish forever.
And finally, even though it's a cliche, don't go to bed mad. Instead, stay up all night plotting a horrible revenge. Just kidding. So raise your glass in a traditional Irish toast for the groom and his new Irish bride. May your mornings bring you joy and your evenings bring you peace. May your troubles go few as your blessings increase. May the saddest day of your future be no worse than the happiest day of your past. Your lives are very special. God has touched you in many ways. May his blessings rest upon you and fill all your coming days. Cheers to the new Mr. and Mrs. McGuire.